welcome back to Zenshin Works, episode 3 of fixing my turbo. So, freaking bugs. Last 2 episodes, we got the turbo out, hot side cleaned up, and we got some parts on the way. So, we're going to unbox the parts and then get to work. So, oh, and there's a surprise.
Okay, guys, so we are about to go get his reaction to the turbo in the back and see how he reacts. This is his Father's Day gift, so I'm really excited to show him what I got him. Okay. Why am I nervous? I shouldn't be nervous. Okay, here we go. Hi, honey.
Hello.
Can you help me get this box out?
Box?
Yeah, your Father's Day gift came in, but it's a little heavy.
Do these look like the same spark plugs to you?
Sure. I don't know.
Okay.
Sure.
I think I should just put them in the same bag.
Can you help me with this box, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too...
Yeah, it's really heavy. I can't lift it.
Alright.
Okay. It's in the back seat.
Father's Day came early.
Yeah, it's a little heavy.
Jeez. You didn't want me to open it. That's what it was. You didn't want me to get...
Well, I didn't want you to think it was like the dog's food or something.
Oh, yeah. We did just order that.
We did.
And it does come in the same box.
Yeah, it does, shockingly.
Packing peanuts.
Happy.
Are you hungry?
No.
Oh, God. What is this? Oh, what is this? Are you pranking me?
No. Happy Father's Day.
You seriously bought me a freaking turbo for my car?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I had Dad help me get the
God.
sizing.
I gotta open this right now.
Yeah.
I don't even care about these packing peanuts.
You're not hungry anymore?
No, I'm not hungry. Oh my God. So that's why you told me not to put my car back together.
Yeah.
I need like 2 things to put my car back together, and I was about to put it back together today. And she was like, no, just wait, you know. Oh my God. It's the T28.
Yep.
Oh,
I made sure it was all correct. I had Dad help me.
Oh,
There
God.
she is.
Look at that, it's all shiny. I've never seen this where it's not rusted.
Right.
Mine's always been rusted. Oh my God. Look at this.
What do you think?
Look at that.
Did I do good?
Oh yeah. This is exactly what I needed. Now I don't have to block my freaking coolant lines off.
I was telling them how you've been
it came with
stressing.
the gasket for the oil drain.
I've been telling them how you've been stressing about working on your car, and you were talking about your turbo, so.
Well, I was just going to block the coolant off and then just run it with oil because, you know, oh my God.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. What's in this other box, though? I just noticed that.
There's
Oh my
another
God,
box?
it's so clean.
Don't drop it.
It's so clean. Alrighty, so we got some new parts in. We got E2M oil and coolant lines and fittings on those. Those are nice. We got the ARP exhaust nuts so that I don't have to get washers because they got that like knurled stuff on the back. And we got a new exhaust manifold gasket because why not replace it while we're in there? And the silicone boot. So I'm gonna get cracking on this stuff. Oh, and also, you know, the brand new turbo from Garrett. Brand new T28 ball bearing turbo that you guys just saw the clip of, that I did not know that I was getting for Father's Day. We got to put the coolant and oil lines on this. So let's get cracking. These look really nice. I wonder, I'm only assuming that this longer one is for the return. Let's get these open. More important than the coolant oil lines, though, is the oil feed. Yep, oil feed restrictor. The restrictor of the oil. So we gotta put this. This is a restrictor. That's 0.035 inches. I think I got that wrong. I think this comes out. That is way too big for this turbo. This turbo is anywhere from 0.8 millimeter to a 1 millimeter restrictor. But this end will go on the restrictor that I bought. That's a 13. You want to make something not too tight, just use your left hand. If you're right-handed, if you're not, if you're left-handed, use your right hand. So this banjo fitting, I don't think we need, because this end will go. Damn it! This is gonna sit on the car like this. Like if you're looking forward from the front of the car, this is where the air filter would feed. So the oil feed is like over here on the block. So kind of want to get it as close to the compressor housing as possible without touching, so that it can go down sort of like that into the engine.
up, man?
What's going on?
Smoked. Tired.
Yeah, we slept till 11 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Crank this on. Put this on somewhat loose so that when we get it on the car, it's gonna have to go like this. Oh boy. This line, a little shorter, goes to the block. And apparently I was wrong. This is actually the feed of the turbo, and the one that goes to the coolant neck for the upper rad hose is the return. I had them going backwards. So the turbo's sitting in the car like that. This has to go over here. So it needs to go like this. Let's just get it started over there. Take this out. Is this an 18? Why is this an 18? It is. Okay. If you're using normal wrenches, these AN fittings, you want to be pretty gentle when you're slapping them on there, because it'll take this nice blue finish right off of there. Okay, I guess we're ready for the manifold, because we'll put the oil drain on when it's on the car. That one's not too hard. Alright, we got the oil feed line, coolant feed line on, and we got our turbo flange attached, the new nuts and the locking tabs, and then bottom side here is the coolant return. So we need to slap this on there with the new exhaust manifold gasket. Let's get it. Alrighty, we got our new manifold gasket. Come like this. Get that in there. Almost forgot. We gotta take these studs out of the exhaust side and the compressor side. So let's get those out. So for fighting these studs, I needed some PB blaster because those exhaust studs needed to go in there, and then these are for the cold side, the air intake. So but we got them on. Let's stab this turbo back in there and Get her going. Alrighty. Oh my God. Oh no. Son of a bitch. Alright, we're back with day 2. We got yesterday we got the turbo manifold. The turbo and manifold mated, and I got the coolant and oil lines on, and then I got the turbo and manifold in. I got the 2 nuts and 1 bolt on the bottom of the downpipe connected up. So now we're going to get the turbo and manifold on the exhaust manifold studs. So let's get after it. Get this unkinked coolant line. Another coolant line up here. Hell yeah. I'm gonna get this turbo manifold on, this freaking exhaust manifold on, using these new ARP locking nuts for my exhaust studs. And this is almost lined up, so it should just slide on, just like that. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's get a few of these started, just so that we can move around in here and not knock this off the studs. Yeah, it's on there. Alright, I'm going to hop bottom side and look at how this coolant line, the coolant feed off the engine block is ran to the turbo. It's not too bad on the motor mount. I'm just going to leave it and work around it, but I kind of need to make room for the air filter inlet here. So oh, you can see up in there, this line right here, this coolant line feed for the turbo is kind of smashed up against this engine mount. Well, over time this is going to move slightly because the engine is going to move slightly when I accelerate, and that is going to chafe that steel braided line. So we're going to go ahead and loosen that AN fitting and move it. Alright, as you can see, I got the coolant feed line going up. It goes up that side of the turbo, and then it kind of tucks under the manifold and wraps around the compressor side. I'll show you top side. So with the coolant line ran right there, I gotta tighten up that AN fitting, and then we gotta get on that coolant neck over there. Goes in right here, and then put the return line on that I thought was a feed line. I put the return line on for the coolant, tighten up the oil feed line, and then put the turbo oil drain on the bottom, and then get these manifold nuts on. So a little time lapse. Alright, if you made it this far in the video, A, thanks for watching. B, drop a like and subscribe, because I'm not done working on this car. There's much more to come. And C, pro tip, if you want to put your exhaust manifold on the right way, don't tighten all of them down at once. Don't tighten all the nuts down at once, because that could lead to warping manifold or just uneven torque on all of your nuts. So you want to kind of start almost like a cylinder head where you work your way from the middle to the outside. That way it sucks the manifold to the head evenly, or it pulls it to the head evenly. Very important when you're putting these manifold nuts on that you don't just tighten one at a time. Crank them down, because that can A, lead to warpage, and B, lead to, so say I tighten this nut down all the way, and then I tighten all the rest of the nuts down. Well, you know, this one might not be as tight when I get done tightening the rest of the nuts, because the manifold gets pulled onto the head basically when you're putting these. See, like that was tight, but now it's not. So you want to tighten them all just a little bit at a time and keep changing which one you're tightening. Just a little food for thought. We've got the coolant line back on and the O2 sensor back in and connected. Now we're going to work on getting this coolant neck all gasketed up and get her connected, and then we can put our coolant return line on for the turbo. My camera died, so you guys couldn't see this, but we got the coolant line on, we got the coolant neck on, RTV'd up, it's set up for a few hours. I got this air intake in, and I got this vacuum line ran to the right spot, hose clamps on there, and then this is the boost reference off the intake. All we got to do now is take you over here. We got a new coupler for this because this started tearing right along here. Let's get that put on. Oh, also this stock oil drain hose is these stupid clamps. I'm gonna replace those with the new, like, just normal hose clamps. Oh, let's get to it. This shouldn't take too long. I just gotta take these off. So inner diameter of this is 2 inch. Okay. So I got 2.5 inch. This ain't gonna work, so we gotta send that back. All right, so we just cut a little bit off of this piece that was torn, and we're gonna try, okay? We're trying here to get this back on. There we go. So it was only about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, so it'll be fine. Tighten this down. All right, now what the other thing we gotta do is, so this is my oil drain off of my turbo, my old turbo. Excuse me. This is my stupid old clamp with this random fiberglass on it. I'm gonna leave it, but this looks to be in good condition. It always has oil flowing through it, so it should be fine. But this clamp has got to go. This clamp is getting the boot. She's out of We got our new oil drain gasket, and we got our bolts, and this is ready to go. So let's get it on there. So as you guys saw in episode 1, I believe, of this series, this drain right here, the only open port right there, is the oil drain for the turbo. So we got our gasket and bolts on here. We're gonna try and slip this in here and then get it attached to the oil drain on the block. Let's get her done. I can't really hold the phone and do this, so all right, we got this all buttoned up in here. The light died so you can't see it, but the oil drain is on, gasket's on, so that should be good. And we're gonna go topside and fill her up with some coolant, double check everything, and start it. I'm sorry guys, the mic that I was using just died for some mysterious reason, probably because I didn't charge it. Anyhow, the lines are back on for the catch can. The strut tower brace is bolted back on, and I was explaining that I'm not going to put the engine torque dampener back on because the exhaust manifold nuts do tend to back out a little bit in the first couple heat cycles, so I'm going to keep that off. It's always a good idea when you put a new turbo on, or really anything that gets fed oil from the engine that doesn't have oil in it from the factory, to remove your fuel pump fuse, so that when you crank the car over, the oil pump will send oil to that part, in my case the turbo, so that it's not starting with the bearings dry with no oil. So last thing I want to do is smoke this new turbo. So I got the fuse out for the fuel pump. We're going to try and crank it over a couple times. So in this little clip here, because my mic died, I was cranking the car over, just building oil pressure so that the turbo was fed oil, so that I didn't start the car and the turbo would spin with no oil in it. So it's very important to do that. Also, the easiest way to do that is without the car starting is to take the fuel pump fuse out. It's very important also on the first start, like I'm doing here, to, if you don't have gauges, like I don't have a oil pressure gauge, so I have a dummy light on the dash. That's what I was checking here. After checking the dash for my oil pressure, seeing if it was good, I went out to the engine bay and saw a bunch of smoke, and then realized, oh, what? Oh, hold up. I did wrap my exhaust manifold and my downpipe, so that's what was smoking. Then I was looking for the oil feed line to the turbo, see if that was leaking or if any of the coolant lines were leaking, because the system was opening up. I had my heat on as well. I did not have all of the coolant in there that I should have, but it's okay. So there it is. Well, it's all buttoned back together. I just did a little test drive and got it back. Check the manifold studs, check that nothing's leaking underneath. So I think we're good to go. So this is good. Yeah. I think the next thing that we're going to tackle is the wiper blades. The wiper blade arms, they need to be painted. So that would be easy. little project. I'll take you through that whole process because I got to get them off and, you know, sand them or primer them. Who knows what I'm going to do. I got options. I could wrap them, I could paint them. But nothing's leaking. So, I don't know. Maybe I did something right. Stay tuned for next time. We're going to keep building this thing one piece at a time. And hopefully in the next few years, in the next year, I can get this channel grown enough to where I have enough money that I can buy a drift car and then use that car for some content. I want to get into the grassroots drifting scene, and I couldn't do it without your guys' help. So leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff, and we'll catch you later on Zenshin Works.